back to Chamber of Horrors. I'm Mercy Desdemona, and I'm pleased to be back with this series. Keep an eye on this series every Saturday as I start to implement cool new things to each episode. Thank you for supporting the channel while I've been kind of rearranging everything. Tonight's picture is No Escape from 2020. It's a movie that I found on Tubi, but before we get into it, if you're the weird kid growing weird adult and you like all things weird, true crime, horror, and music, go ahead and subscribe to become a member of the Spooky Fam and follow the links down below to find out when we do live movie night. Let's get into this film. It's also known as Follow Me, depending on what area of the world you are in. As always, I'm going to be talking about the film in depth, but my spoilers don't do the film's justice, so I always tell you to go ahead and check out the film for yourself. Link will be in the description down below, and if you have seen it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. This one is kind of like a modern-ish film because we're following an influencer. So we're following a guy named Cole, and he has this huge YouTube channel that he calls Escape from Reality, and on it he does like weird pranks, weird dares, escape rooms, puzzles, that kind of thing. 10-year anniversary is coming up, so he and his girlfriend Erin, his friend Dash, his friend Thomas, and Samantha, I believe. Yep. Sorry, my notes are on the side here so I don't lose track. They decide, hey, we're going to link up with this guy named Alexei in Russia. He's a wealthy fan of the show, and he's helping Dash organize getting to this weird escape room. Completely, smart idea, guys. Totally not a red flag idea, but hey. So they go ahead and they meet him in Russia. They end up at this weird club, and I have to say, when they're at this club, they have this confrontation with these two Russian mobsters. The only crappy acting that's insufferable to me in this are the people that play the Russian mobsters in this, especially the two guys at the club. For some reason, their acting is just so cheesy to me. Like, it screamed like middle-aged person didn't get over their high of being leader in high school drama club vibes. So if you watch this movie, like, totally don't let the mobsters ruin you looking past it. After the club, they go back to Alexei's house and just chill out. Morning of the escape room happens, and before they go, Alexei goes ahead and hooks up their phones all to the surveillance cameras and everything like that, so everything that they do can be live streamed and people can comment in and watch. What a great idea, right? So he goes ahead and tells the group of friends, I'm going to warn you one more time. This escape room is kind of extreme and unpredictable. So, here's a little tip just in case you change your mind, kind of like a little warning. Of course, our friend Cole here was like, no, anything for the YouTube. So, he's like, yeah, it's fine. It's not weird. Nothing weird about this at all. They're all blindfolded and put into their rooms and the game begins. This is where you have to start paying attention. So, Cole is in a room and he has the body of a dead soldier there, and he's like looking at the effects thinking, okay, really cool. Like, he has the perfect game face. Like, he is not playing. Like, this man is a pro at escape rooms. You can just tell by how he is. And he's like sticking his hand in some guts and goopy stomachs and stuff like that to get his key out so he can get on out. He gets out and he notices his friends are in these contraptions and they look really real. Like, it's just crazy, but he's admiring all the effects that the people have put into putting this escape room together. After that, he, completes a puzzle and he frees Thomas and Dash before they are killed because he starts to realize, oh crap, these are actually real and shit was about to go down. And if I hadn't solved that puzzle, my two friends would be dead meat. So they go ahead and complete a maze puzzle, and then they free their other friend, Samantha. And then they get to Erin. Now, Erin is Cole's girlfriend, and she is in a glass box that's slowly filling with water, kind of like on Fear Factor back in the day. And of course, they need to figure out how to get her out of there before she drowns. So Cole goes ahead and smashes a glass, frees her, and they're all like, oh shit, this is legit. We screwed up. We probably shouldn't have, let people take us to literally the middle of nowhere in Russia to do an escape room. There's clearly something not right here. So, they went ahead and escaped the room. But when they do, they are captured by one of the mobsters. Again, cheesy acting. Whenever these mobsters are involved, it's very cheesy acting. So bad. Cole gets knocked unconscious and the rest get kidnapped. So now Cole's like, what in the heck? He wakes up, his head hurts, he's in this really small cell, and there's a screen there. And on the screen, he watches the mobster shoot his girlfriend in the head. So this starts to really set in with him like, okay, wow, we are truly in danger. I need to try to get out of here and try to find out where everybody else is. So, before he could do that, there's other guards dragging him around. They're just dragging him from room to room. And then he finds that he can climb through one of those like heat vents or the ducts. You know what I'm talking about? He pulled some Metal Gear Solid shit. He crawls through them and he ends up in a huge dark room. It's kind of like a theater and it's really weird. And so and now this is important, he is so filled with rage because he watched like a lot of his friends die, basically all his friends die. He watched his girlfriend die, saw people being tortured because while he was crawling through the duct, he stopped and he saw like one of his friends getting his limbs torn off for what I was saying earlier. Turns out these mobsters liked actually torturing people for views, right? So he's freaking out, he's panicking, he gets into this dark room and he sees Alexei. And Alexei, of course, is just chilling and ready to congratulate him. But Cole has other plans and decides to beat Alexei to death for killing his friends. And I'm talking, this guy's face looked like ground beef when this gentleman was done. But, unfortunately for Cole, the whole thing was a super elaborated and planned prank by his friends and his girlfriend. And every aspect of all the rooms was made so that way Cole could stop being a bit cocky and kind of shock him. So, the lights go on and you're starting to see messages pull up on the screen as like people are like typing in, did we just witness him murder a man? Stuff like that. You're starting to see the followers just commenting in. And we see the lights come on. Aaron's still alive. His friends are alive. And Cole is just sitting there next to Lexi's body. And he's in shock. The followers are in shock. Aaron and his friends are in shock. The whole production team that put this stuff together was in shock. And it's just such a magnificent twist and movie to watch simply because they did it so well. And it is decently paced, so it's not too slow, it's not too fast, it's just right. It captures you a bit. You could handle the cheesy mobsters, okay? The rest of the cast did well enough to push it through, so that's okay. We can forgive the cheesy mobsters. But what was really cool about this film that stuck out to me was it wasn't just another boring ass influencer based movie, right? A lot of times when they're doing horror movies based on influencers, it's always just like some girl who's popular in school and she gets stalked and all this kind of stuff. No, this was actually interesting because this is something that could happen. Believe it or not, guys, this is something that could really, really, really happen. So, especially because they shocked him too much, you know? They went a little bit too far. So because this is something that could happen, possibly, I think that's what makes it cooler and more scary because we do live in a weird world. So yeah, I totally recommend this film. I hope you guys check out No Escape. I give it a 7 out of 10, which is pretty high for me. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to check it out or what you would like me to review next. I'm trying my best to move away from Hollywood type movies and more towards the independent side, how I originally wanted my channel to be. Much like my reactions, I'm trying to keep it like creators versus people in the business. So, uh, yeah, if you know of a cool independent one or something I should check out, let me know in the comments down below. Stay spooky, stay weird, stay warm. I'll see you next Saturday and have a great evening.